Crafting with Crystal. My name is Crystal McEwen Best, and I am the creative director of House of Cards TT. I've partnered with Nalis, Port of Spain Adult Library, to bring you some fun and easy crafts you can do with your family and create something beautiful every week. Today's craft is banners. Today we're going to create some amazing banners. I'm going to show you how to create not one, but two different types of banners that you could use for parties, for events. You can do a name banner in your child's room. You can do so many different things with banners, and it's a really nice, fun craft that you can do together with your children, your kids, or even if you don't have kids, by yourself at home. So let's get straight to crafting. This is your materials list. You need the obvious paper. Again, I like construction paper. This is not a folding craft, and I'm still using construction paper. It's very versatile, and it has a lot of nice colors that you could use. We are also using glue. We need some form of string. This is to hang your banner. So this is a craft string in white. I also have it in just a color like this, so it's like a jute. This is thread. So if you don't have string, thread is strong, because construction paper is not very heavy. So if you double up on the thread, you should be able to hang it. You also need scissors. Again, safety with scissors. If you're too young and you can't use scissors, please ask an adult to help you cut. You need a ruler, a pencil, and a hole punch. If you don't have a hole punch, you could use an ice pick, but ask your parents, of course, to make you just need something to bore a hole in the paper, and so that you could pass the thread through. Okay, so you know what? Let's stop talking. Let's start crafting. I'm going to take you down so you can see what I'm doing. All right. So, right, this is great. Right. So, to start, first we're going to do pennant banners. All right. So, this one is called a pennant banner. It's the banner that's triangular. Right. So, we're going to start with one sheet of paper, and we're going to measure for the banner. Right, this piece of paper is 12 by 9 inches, but our banner is 5 at the top by 6 inches down. So we're going to measure and cut off some of this, and then cut our banner from this piece of paper. So you're going to measure for me 5 inches, make a little notch at 5 inches. So put the zero, line up the zero here, 5 inches, and 10 inches. Then you're going to go down to the bottom of the paper and measure 10 inches. Then you're going to join these two and cut this off. So I am going to start, I know you can see well with the pencil, but I'm going to start using a pen so you can see my markings properly. So you'll do exactly what I do. Right. Now we need to measure down for the 6 inches now. So you're going to measure from the side now. So just now you measured from the top. So we have 10 inches here, marking 5 inches. Make sure to mark your 5 inches. We're going to measure down 6 inches. So I'm putting the 6 here and marking at 0. So you have 6 inches here. And then you're going to measure 6 inches from this side. And we're going to draw a line to join the two. So this is how you get a straight line. So don't measure 6 inches from here and then try to draw the line straight. Measure the two sides, then draw a line, and then cut. Good. Now that you have that done, what I want you to do is we have a couple more measurements to make, okay? So we have 10 inches going across here, and we have the 5-inch marker here on top. You're going to mark for me at 2.5 inches, 5 inches, and 7.5 inches. So those measurements, again, we're marking at 2.5 inches, 5 inches, and 7.5 inches. Now, so we have one mark up here for 5 inches and 3 marks down here. Now, you're going to draw a line from the corner at the top of the paper to the 2.5 inch mark. So you're going to go from here to here. right? So from the corner at the top to 2.5 inches. I'm doing it in pen so you can see properly, right? Now you're going to draw a line from 2.5 inches to 5 inches on top. And I'm pretty sure you could see one of the pennant banners already. One. See? So that's one right there. Now we're going to do 2 more lines. One from the 5-inch mark on top to 7.5 inches. And then one from 7.5 inches all the way back up to the end of the paper, which will be 10-inch mark and at the end of the paper. So your mark should look like this, and this gives you 1, 2, 3 banners. See? And you have 2 little pieces to cut off here. Right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put this on top this sheet of paper, line it up, and I'm going to cut both at the same time so that we're not spending all day cutting. All right, because I really want to show you the other types of banners as well. So I have lined it up here. What you can do if you want, you can put a little piece of tape to keep it straight. But I've been cutting forever, so I pretty much know how to go ahead and cut here. So let's get started. So you're going to cut down here. So your first cut is made. I'm going to continue cutting to, right? That's it, right? Looks like this. I'm going to turn it and cut again. So as I said, this is a cutting project, so just keep cutting. Cut. Look at that. You have 2 already. Yeah? So we're going to line this back up here. And then we're going to make a straight cut down and another cut up. Right? So come on, guys. Cut with me. And if you want a little cutting song, we could sing, just keep cutting, just keep cutting. Remember Dory? I'm the only one who laughed at that. All right, so, and this is the last cut here. And then we have one more. Did I say it's the last? No, we have one more to cut on top here. And we've cut it along the top of this one. Right. So now what you can do for me, if you want to, is keep one of these somewhere safe. And this can be your template to do another pennant banner. And next time you want to do a pennant banner, all you have to do is grab a sheet of paper, line this one up on it, and trace it. So you don't have to do all that cutting. Trace down, then turn it over, trace this way, and then turn it over and trace that way. And that way you can draw it and cut it out. Yeah? But for now, we have gotten our pennant banners. So you'll put one and put it this way so you can see it facing you. Yeah? We're going to make 5 in this banner, so you got to keep 1 for a template for next time. What you do now is you take your banner, you fold it like this, and you make a hole. Why are you folding it? We're folding it because we want the hole on the same side, on equal. We want the hole to be equal on each side of the banner, right? So, see that? Hole here. They're perfectly equal. Now we're going to gather all the rest of our pieces of paper, line this one up, take your pencil, trace the hole, and then make sure and hold it together, and then punch out that hole that you traced. And that's it. Yeah? So we're gonna put our banner down and get some string. If you have a short, little, tiny, cute banner like this, you're just measuring it measure it with your string like this. Give yourself a couple extra, like a 1 or 2 lengths extra, and then cut it. If you have a very long banner, so say you're doing a banner for, like, say, happy birthday, then you're gonna do this. H A P P, and so forth and so on until you get to the end so that you have one long string and you don't have to break it up and cut it and tie it and do anything like that. So to string your banner, you are going to go in and out. So you're going to go in, grab it on the other side, and then out. And you're doing that for all of them. If you want to be fancy, you can hold it together and pass it through like this. Right? But we could just go in and out. We don't mind going in, especially for the kids, right? And out. And in and out. And basically that's it. You have a banner, a really fun, nice banner. Listen, you go to some businesses like a car dealership, sometimes they have really cool banners and nice colors. How you look at that? That is really cool. Okay, so one time without wasting any time at all, let me show you how to make a flag banner. Okay, so your flag banner have slightly different measurements. So I'm going to show you how to measure it. So your flag banner is 4 inches by 6 inches. This is a nice size for a flag banner. You can make it smaller, you can make it larger. It's really what you choose to do. So I've measured 4 inches from one side of my paper. I'm going to go to the bottom and measure 4 inches. And then I'm going to join the 4 inches like this and so, and draw a line. See that line nice there, right? And as usual, we're going to cut it. Try to cut as straight on the line as you can. Then you're going to take this sheet and you're going to measure 6.5 inches and then 6.5 inches on this side. Again, join it, draw your line, and cut. In the essence of time, I have pre-cut some of these so that I don't have to cut, because I want this one to be 4. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've pre-cut it. So of course, you'll measure another 4 across, cut, and then 6 down, and keep measuring and cutting. You can even fold the paper and cut it, so you cut more than one together. All right? So take one of these, and to make your flag, this is what we're going to be doing. We're going to measure, let me do the side so you could be square. We're going to measure 1 inch up and make a mark. Then measure 1 inch up on this side, make a mark, but we're not drawing a line. All right? We're not drawing a line. All we're going to do is measure, take your ruler, put the 0 point at one side and the 4 at the other side because we know it's 4 inches. Find the point at 2 and make a dot. See what I'm doing? I'm making a dot. So there's a dot on my paper. Can you see that? So I made 4 inches, 4 inches, and then I made a little dot at 2 inches. What we're going to do now is you're going to draw a line from 2 to the corner and then from 2 to the other corner. Let's do that. Let me do it this way so you can see. Right? So from 2 to one corner and then from 2 to the other corner. And there you have a flag. That's it. See that? Now I'm going to cut all my papers together. So I don't want to keep you too long, right? So let's cut all of them together. Again, construction paper cuts really, really nicely. And then you turn your scissors, make sure you're staying up in the corner there. And boom, you're done. Look at that. We have 4 flags. How cool is that? You cannot tell me you do not love how this looks. I'm going to show you some awesome sample banners that I did for my son's room, as well as for parties that we've had here at the house, and they're really nice. So we have a flag banner, but you know, we don't just have a banner and not do anything with it. We're going to decorate this banner for a little lovely girl called Joy. So we have the J, we have the Y, and I'm going to show you how I cut these out. So all I did to get these letters, so you know, I don't have a cutter, I don't have anything fancy. That's okay. I literally printed the letters on a sheet of paper. I'll show you how I printed it, and then I cut it out. So if you have a color printer grade black and white, then your letters can be black. It's no problem. So I'm going to cut this out really quickly on screen so you can see how simple it is. So let's just cut this all out, and then I'll show you how to get the part out of the middle, because they'll be, you know, I don't want you to be like, well, the middle is there, you can't cut it out. No, you can. Yes, you can. Okay? We don't want to hear no here. We can get everything done with all the little tools that we have at home. If you don't have a printer, you could simply grab your banner and write the letters on it. And I swear to you, especially if you have a little kid and you need a name banner for that child, they're going to love that you took the time to do that for them. And then you can include them in it so they can draw on their banner. Okay, so this is you. Are we going to do this? No, we're not. We're going to cut this out. So how you cut this out? You fold it equally like this. Make sure it's equal. And then you hold it like so. And then you cut. Make one big cut. See? And then you stick your scissors in, and then you manually take your time, let your parents do this, cut out the center of that O so that it is, I mean, we want to be legit, okay? We want to have it fancy, just like how you buy it in the store, so that you can create things at home with your family. When you're doing a party, it's so nice to cook for yourself and do your own decorations, and you could keep the decorations and hang it up in their room. I remember I did a party for my son, and I had his happy birthday banner. His birthday's in August in the beginning. He had that banner in his room until like December, I swear to you. And he loved it. You see, look at that. That's so cool. So grab your glue, and let's quickly decorate this one. All right. So we're gonna put DJ. Right. We're going to try to put it as straight as possible. Squeeze down that glue before it gets all bubbly. Straighten it out so you don't get any bubbles. All right. You know, sometimes glue can make your paper bubble. So all you have to do is just straighten it out really quickly. And you should be able to avoid that. Right. Then the O. So you can use your ruler, straighten out that glue really quickly. The bubbles is from the air, and the glue itself just coming out, straighten it out. See how flat that's nice and flattening out nice now, right? It's J-O, and we have Y. So you might be asking me, well, if the girl's name is Joy, why did we put 4 flags on the banner and not 3? Because, my dear, we're going to decorate this banner for Joy and make her feel so special. Right? So, J-O-Y, right? And then we're going to cut out some leaves. Dot some glue on that leaf like this. And like so. You can cut out hearts. You can cut out anything you want and put on your banner. We're going to cut out a little circle, a little flower. Look at that. Joy is going to be overjoyed. You see what I did there? Yes, I know I'm cracking myself up. Right. So, see, so this is the time when if you have a glue gun, it might come in handy because it'll stick it down a little faster. But this is stuck. This should be fine. You see how cute is that? Joy is going to be so happy. So, again, J-O-Y. Right? We're going to put this up here. And then we're going to put them together. And then we're going to make the hole on one side. Right. And then to get the hole even, we're going to take one of these and put it upside down here. Draw a circle. So we know where we're going to cut, and then put it back at the back, and then punch it. And we have a beautiful name banner that Joy could put on her She could put it above her desk in her room. She could put it on her door of her room. She could put this banner anywhere in the house. I mean, I've done a banner for someone and they have it right in their living room for their kid and they just love it. So, you know, the options are truly endless. So once again, we're stringing out and in. So why you go this way first is because you don't want the string hanging here. No, you want it hanging behind the banner. So you go behind and then to the front, then back through, sorry, yeah. And then we go back in and out, in and out, and then in and out. So I've shown you some tips and tricks on how to make 2 types of banners so far. A pennant banner, that's the triangular one, and a flag banner. Why do you call it flag banner? Because this looks like a flag. See? Joy. And I know I said 2 banners, but really quickly, if you will give me the time, I can show you how to make one more really awesome banner. And I'm going to show you with this right here, okay? So quickly. This one is going to be 4 by 5. So if you have, this is 8 inches here perfectly already. So you can measure it up at 4, right? Measure it up at 4. Draw your line. I'm going to try to make this in 1 minute. I don't know how possible that is, right? And cut it. You could have folded this as well. I like to draw the line and cut it. I like it to be flush on each side, okay? Right? Then you're going to put this together. We're going to measure it 5 inches down, 5 inches down. We're going to draw a line. Sorry, I put my ruler aside there for no particular reason. And cut the line. Make sure 2 pages are perfectly flat on each other. Right. And then now, look at what I'm going to do. Okay, pay attention. I'm going to measure up 1/2 inch on both sides. Then I'm going to put a pointer, a little mark at 2 inches. Then I'm going to make a line from 1/2 inch to 2 inches going down this time. Remember the flag banner went up and then down? We're going down and then up this time. Look at that. So it looks like a little jean pocket. So that's why this one is called a pocket banner. Yay! So we are cutting down and then cutting across. Right? Now, quickly, we're going to put glue on all 3 sides of the banner. Oh, my glue went a little bit too much there just now. 1, 2, bottom, and then the top side. And now we're going to put this on top of it. And this is a pocket banner. Why do I need a pocket banner? Let me give you a good way that you could use these banners. All right? So to use the pocket banner, say you're having a party and in front of the table, you have a little food table. You can do this with very strong fabric or very strong paper. And then you could stick your forks and knives and spoons. I don't have any forks, knives, and spoons because I'm in my craft room, not my kitchen. So I have pens. So I'm going to show you how you could stick a pen in here. Look at that. See? And then hang it to the front. How cute is that? There was one time when my son was, right, we're all done with this banner. Oh, of course, then you're going to put it together and make your hole. I'm not making any more of these because we're almost out of time. All right. I had a little problem getting the hole done here because it was 4 pages. Right. So you see, right. So you have your pocket banner. You pass your string through the same way. You have your pocket. And then, let me bring you up so you can see me. Hi. And with the pocket banners, you can, there was one time we had a little get-together at my house and all the parents came and all the kids came. And I did a pocket banner like this and I put little notes in each one of them for the kids. And I have 2 boys. So there was a whole bunch of boys. So the note said things like, you have the best Transformers and you're a really awesome kid. I like that you play so kindly. And the boys took out 1 note each and they read it to each. And it was really, really nice. I mean, little things like that. So cute to do with your kids. So this is our pocket banner. It literally looks like a little jeans pocket. You could decorate the outside. This is our flag banner that we made. for little joy with little flowers, cuteness. And this is our pennant banner that we made. It is very easy to make banners. I'm just going to show you a couple other options that you could use. See, you could do like this, where you have different colors, and you know, just if you have pattern paper. I see a lot of persons had pattern paper. How I did this is another one I did for Chase. You know, everyone knows Chase by now. That's my son. So you see I did big, huge letters and then little balloons. And lastly, very much so lastly, I'm going to show you, I did this for a birthday party. So you don't have to stick with my designs. Look at the bottom of this one. How cute is that? So this was for my kid's birthday party. Yeah. So you see I did Chase on one side and I did Cruise on the other side. See, and there's balloons and fun things. And it's just to show you that basically it's really versatile. It's a very versatile craft and you could do a lot with it. So that's it for craft today. I hope you had fun crafting with me. I surely had fun making it for you. I'm going to find uses for all these banners all over my house. My house is going to be full of banners. So thank you for crafting with me in my craft room. My name is Crystal McEwen-Bass again from House of Cards. And make sure and find Nallis, Port Spain Adult Library, online on Facebook. Follow them. You could follow House of Cards TT at House of Cards TT on Facebook and Instagram. And that's it for today. Stay crafty, my friends.